Kingdom Hearts is amazing. And I know many of you agree with me. I know that many of you also disagree with me. Every character is 2 characters, maybe sometimes 3 or 4. All of them have amnesia, and sometimes they're killed off, but inexplicably still alive. Now, you might be thinking to yourself you have heard enough about the confusingly written plot and dorky moments. This video is not about why you should play the games, but rather an analysis of the meta-meaning of them that I think is overlooked. Kingdom Hearts is so long and has so many original as well as already existing IP characters in it that there are many things to look at, such as why does Sora react lukewarm to finding Kairi, but when he finds Riku, he breaks down into tears crying holding onto his hand? But what I'm going to be explaining is how all of that overly complicated and sometimes nonsensical storytelling actually makes a ton of sense. I'm going to be talking about how Kingdom Hearts is a defense of fanfiction and the importance of flexible canon. When we talk about canon and fanfiction, we mean to talk about an author's body of work and a fan writing a story based on that work. I think when most people think of fanfiction, they immediately cringe or shudder in fear someone will find their old fanfictions they wrote in high school, but they are a changed person. There is a certain connotation of bad writing, and probably creepy stuff in it, along with power fantasies. We all know the cliches, but there is another layer to this. It is audience engagement with the story. When you watch Sonic the Hedgehog, okay, let me pick a better one. When you watch Star Wars, you might think to yourself, it would be cool to live in that universe. You can imagine yourself, or your make-believe character, exploring morality with the Force, and going through Jedi training. You are a bounty hunter, or you are part of the old Knights of the Republic or whatever. You can find a setting to set a story. Now, is this story you wrote part of the canon? No, but you might experience it as such, and who can take that away from you? This is the essence of Kingdom Hearts. Did the events of Kingdom Hearts canonically happen? Yes, actually. They happened in Kingdom Hearts. There is a writer and a studio and everything that made these games come to life, and all of these characters are realized in an actual story. But there is another layer to this. Kingdom Hearts is still a Disney fanfiction. The Little Mermaid never had a musical number with Sora, Donald, and Goofy. That is not canon, but it is also canonical to Kingdom Hearts. Why does Kingdom Hearts get to be canonical, but not your original Sonic OC? Who says so? Okay, but there is yet another layer to this still. The original Little Mermaid is actually quite a different story and ends dramatically different from the Disney adaptation. I mean, dramatically different. So which is canonically the Little Mermaid? Is Hans Christian Andersen not the original author? You can't just go in and rework everything and call it canon. How can there be multiple tellings saying contradictory things? Why do we say that Disney's Ariel is canonically the Little Mermaid? We also say the original is also canonically her as well. How do both exist canonically? We experienced the journey she went through with her, and that made it real to us. We also watched that same Disney Ariel dance and sing with Sora, who is in neither story. I can't even begin to get started with comic book stories, having to say all the different versions just happened in different timelines. Okay, so maybe an adaptation can be seen as a separate phenomenon from fanfiction, but they are still very much the same thing. You took a story that is someone else's and made it your own telling of it. But Kingdom Hearts doesn't make this claim of itself. It is specifically going out of its way to say it is going through Disney properties. But you know what else Disney owns? Star Wars. I'll remind you that Kingdom Hearts came out before Disney bought Star Wars. In fact, Disney didn't buy Star Wars until after Dream Drop Distance had come out. I think you know where I'm going with this. As soon as Disney bought Star Wars, they declared that all the books that had been written for Star Wars were no longer canon. All of the extended universe of Star Wars was just reduced to fanfiction that maybe they'll accept or not when the time comes. So there were Star Wars fanfictions, but George Lucas gave them approval to be canon, just so Disney could tell you that no, they are actually fanfiction. So when I say, who are you to say what is and isn't a fanfiction or canon, think of this instance. Not only did they cut out the expanded universe, but they then released some pretty bad movies and series. So your characters you liked are fanfiction until Disney wants to change its mind on it. But you also get the sequel trilogy with stuff like somehow the Emperor survived and all the rest as the actual canon. I'm not even into Star Wars. I like the original trilogy, sure, and the prequel trilogy has some extreme moments of cringe and some fun parts, sure, but I don't see the sequel trilogy as canon. I really don't care if Disney spent billions of dollars to buy the rights to say what is and isn't canon. I really don't care. It ruins the story for me, so I disregard it. What did Kingdom Hearts say about all this, though? Naturally, the story is a self-insert character saves the various Disney IPs and fights the bad guy at the end, but it references itself. When Sora encounters Castle Oblivion and Chain of Memories, his memories are wiped and Namine is at the top, reworking his memories so that she is a self-insert in his story. To be honest, at the time I saw this and Sora reacted so cheerfully to it, I got mad and confused. If someone rearranged my memories so that I had my life changed to their interest, I would be upset. But it completely makes sense for Sora because that's what he's been doing to everyone. Namine wrote a fan fiction inside of a fan fiction. That's pretty meta. Many people now are watching all of their favorite franchises get turned into trash, and we have to go back and ask ourselves, what makes something canonical to us?
Let's just break the plate, all right?
Thanks so much for watching the first video of this channel. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. I'll see you next time. Take care.